to talk about feelings. Physical feelings and emotional feelings that we may experience when we're feeling stressed. So the physical feelings can vary from anything to having headaches or tension in our head, even dizziness. We can have a dry mouth, anything down to having tension and tightness in any of our muscles, even sometimes pain, even in our jaw, our shoulders, our stomach, any part of our body can experience physical tension. We can feel that our heart is racing more. We can feel that our breath is shallower or faster. We can feel that we're sweating more. We can also have problems with indigestion, possibly even going to the toilet more often. These are all really normal physical symptoms of when we're feeling stressed. The difficulty is that maybe they're happening more often, or maybe when you don't feel that there is an actual stress at the moment. The other thing with feelings is emotional feelings. So some of the symptoms of emotional feelings that we have when we're feeling stressed would be feeling apprehensive or feeling of dread, even the feeling of fear. We might be looking and watching for signs of danger, like looking to see what do we see, maybe more vigilant in what we're looking for in a supermarket or when we're out in the street, who's touched what or who's close to me. Things that we hear, people talking and on the news, and even if there's lots of noise going on, maybe we're more sensitive to noise and what we're hearing. We could be anticipating the worst. We could be having difficulty with feeling tense and feeling more jumpy, maybe feeling more irritable. This can impact on our emotions hugely. We can also have difficulty concentrating and also feeling like our mind has gone blank and it's just really hard to think about things. So there's just some examples of how we might feel physically and emotionally. So try to keep track of those and write them in your diary, as we talked about before. And it might be difficult to pinpoint what exactly I'm feeling right now, or emotionally or physically, but just you will get used to that maybe over time with practice. So try to keep it up, and the more aware you are of how you're physically and emotionally feeling, the more we'll be able to address them later. So, coping with some of the physical and emotional symptoms. One of the first things we can do is exercise. We know that exercise is really good for us and it's really important for our mental health. If you're walking, lots of people are walking now, which is fantastic. If you can walk, if you have an exercise routine that you've been doing and you can keep up, that's brilliant. Or if you've been looking to start a new one online or following some of the programs that have been on TV, that's fantastic. Other ways that we can get exercise are even just around the house. So things like doing hoovering, or if you have 2 toilets in your house, maybe instead of going to the quick understairs toilet, to go up and down the stairs more. Just little tips like that can help you to do more exercise around the house if it's difficult to get out. It's also important not to feel like you under stress that because you're not exercising, because a lot of us are feeling like, oh, I'm just not motivated, I'm just not feeling like doing it today, not feeling like doing what I would normally do. So it's really important there to just think like, where are you at today? How are you feeling today? And what would be helpful today? So even if you have a routine where you're doing a little bit of exercise every day and then you wake up this morning feeling, I just don't feel like doing any of that, figure out what would be best for you. So even if you don't feel like doing your whole routine, doesn't necessarily mean you don't have to do any exercise today. You can even just, like I was saying, like do a bit of hoovering or do a little bit extra around the house, or even just walk a little bit more around the house, even just to sit outside and get the fresh air that you would have got when you're going on a walk. That will all still be really beneficial, rather than doing absolutely nothing and then feeling bad that you haven't. So diet. At the moment, it can be difficult to keep with our normal diet and what we were doing before and how we were eating regular meals. And at the moment, we're spending more time at home and we're more likely to snack, to comfort eat, to have some more chocolate than we normally do, to have more alcohol than we normally do, to have more indulgent in our food. Or the opposite, you could be feeling anxious and not want to eat or eating less than you normally do. So our diet is a bit off. And you know what, if we're overeating or having those extra bits of chocolate, that's fine. Comfort eating is okay. We have to just see where we're at and weigh up what's going to help us and what's not. As things come back to normal and we're going to be able to go out, our diet and things will naturally come back and our routines will naturally come back, and it'll be easier then to say no to those different things. You have to remember, I suppose, as well, that there's a fine line between what's helping us. If we're going to have that extra snack or those extra bits of food or those extra drinks, that is, how far is that going to be good and help us, and then where's the line that, oh, it's actually not great because it's too much, it's making us feel bad or feel more sluggish or more tired or worse for it the next day. So it's really good to just figure out, where is my limit at and how can I be at my best with my diet. The other thing is that there is research to say that food definitely can have a calming effect on us. So for example, complex carbs can be really good and have a calming effect. So I think we know that brown breads and brown pastas are much better for us to eat and actually have that calming effect compared to the white pasta and bread. Obviously, avoiding things like caffeine is really important because that can lead to more anxiety and it can also affect your sleep. And keeping hydrated is really, really important. Being dehydrated can actually affect your mood and how you're feeling. So if you can change any of your diet to help with your anxiety, that would be really great. Sleep. It's really important for us all to get good sleep. Sleep is the time where our brain is able to process all the information that we get during the day and help us to get through that and to understand it and be ready and prepared for the following day. Sometimes, and with everything that's going on now, the minute your head hits the pillow is the time that all the thoughts come, all the worries come. You're thinking about what happened today, what will happen tomorrow, what could happen in the future. And that's normal at the moment, given what's going on. But it can be really hard, and then it can affect your sleep and have then knock-on effects. So one thing that can be helpful for that is to use a worry period or a worry journal. So what that can be, and it can be different for everybody, but even before bed, or if there's another time during the day where you find it useful, to sit down and write down every worry, every thought that you have in this diary. Just get it all out. Get it onto some paper and write everything down, every worry, every thought, everything that's really getting to you. And then once you've given it that time, some people do it as a 3-minute thing, and others can like to spend a little bit more time, but see what works for you. But just getting it down to paper and getting it out of your head is such a good process. And at that point, then you close your book, you say, that is my time for doing that worry period. And now that I will do that again tomorrow at that same time. And I will not think about it after that. And even if it does go, oh, what about this? No, I've thought about that already and I can think about it again tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to just relax. So that can be really, really helpful. The other things in terms of sleeping, what can be really helpful is just having good habits and trying to keep a good wake and sleep pattern. I mean, I know we can all be going to bed a bit later or getting up later at the moment, sleeping in or staying in our pajamas for longer, different things. But it's really good to try and just keep a good routine. Try and get up in the morning at a certain time, make your bed, get your clothes on, have your shower, do all those rituals and habits that you already have, because that will help you feel better. So relaxation, meditation, mindfulness, these are all really, really good practices to help us manage our stress and anxiety. So relaxation can be anything you find to be relaxing to help you calm down and chill out. I mean, for some people it can be reading, it could be playing some music, it could be drawing. What is it that you feel that you do, and before you know it, the time has passed and you just feel so much more relaxed and better off for it? It can be just very, very simple things that you can do around your house, but just to be mindful of what are those things that you enjoy. Is it that shower at first thing in the morning that just wakes you up and it's really relaxing and helps you, sets you up for the day? So there are other, in terms of relaxation, there's other very purposeful relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, the body scan, progressive muscular relaxation, and visualizations. In terms of meditation, this is something where you're not trying to think about things, but you're trying to transcend your thinking. There's lots of really great meditation techniques out there and relaxation techniques. So even the Beaumont Hospital have a really great resource on their website if you want to check that out, or anywhere else you feel has a good, something that works for you. Mindfulness then, it's mindfulness we can do in our everyday life. So even if you can do mindful walking, mindful eating, mindful drawing, anything that you're doing can be mindful. So if you are making a cup of tea, for example, you can just be like, so at the moment I'm just getting my cup, where are the tea bags, where's my kettle? I'll have to wait for the kettle. It's not, okay, then we pour a tea, just stirring it around and how it's feeling, and just being aware of the different sensations, like what am I seeing? What am I hearing? What sounds? Even if you're walking on your daily walk 2 kilometers, or even if you're sitting in your garden or sitting on a balcony, what can you see? What can you hear? What can you smell? Can you taste anything? What can you feel on your skin? Just even taking those senses and being aware of what they are, it can be really, really helpful just to be present in the moment and not to worry about all the different things. So it can be really helpful for managing stress. So managing your emotional symptoms around stress. So as we were saying before, it's really good to identify what emotions you're feeling. Are you feeling stressed, sad, worried, fearful, dread, anticipating? What is it that you're feeling? And then once you can identify them, it's really good to try and figure out a way to just let them out and some emotional outlet. So for example, if you're feeling worried about something or worried about any of the things that are happening, it's really good to talk to somebody, to share your worries. As they say, a problem shared is a problem halved. So somebody that you can talk to and get those worries off your chest can be really helpful. If you're feeling sad, maybe something like watching a really sad movie or listening to some sad music and just letting out those emotions, letting them be. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be worried. You know, these things are normal in this situation, and just to be able to let them out. If you're angry, how about fluffing some pillows or making a bed, something that lets you be quite physical and get that anger out. Or if you're feeling just anxious or jittery in your body, maybe just dance and go wild and shake your hands and shake your hips and just have fun and just let that anxiety out. It's really good to have an emotional outlet and to be able to address those feelings to help you cope with anxiety and stress.